This is Tiffy again. As everyone knows, I'm totally blind and hearing impaired, and I don't know how the fuck I'm going to report Be My Eyes for violating my human rights, because I no longer have access to my account because of them. I didn't abuse any volunteer. And yet I got suspended for something I didn't do. And in 2015, when I heard about this app from a dog trainer who was a scumbag, because she was also abusive, just like the now Be My Eyes company, I actually downloaded Be My Eyes to see how good it was, because she claimed it was all good and everyone who needs it can use it if you're blind or have low vision. I don't know how she found out, because apparently you only find out from social media, Facebook and the like. There's no official way of finding out about the app, which questions the suitability of this app for anyone and the unscrupulous nature in which it was created. Because Hans-Jürgen Weiberg, who was an absolute scumbag and an abusive scumbag towards women, and I can vouch for that because of what happened last year. And check back on my channel if you don't know what happened last year when a similar incident occurred. But when I was given the opportunity to talk to him last year about this, he was effing and blinding and, you know, fucking this and fucking that and shit this and shit that. But not at the situation. Oh no, at me. Now, because he's in Denmark and I love everything Scandinavian, as those on my other channel will know, but he is the absolute one-off exception. He is abusive and he does anything he can to belittle you, because he knows that a lot of blind people have no other recourse. They have no other way to say, hey, you can't do that, and this is what I'm going to do to report you for the situation you put me in. Good luck with trying to report this company, because you actually can't. Now, Howie, who was like a father to me, died of a brain aneurysm back in 2018. And he warned me, be careful of this app, because there could be some unscrupulous volunteers on this app and you need to put your safety first. Fuck me, wasn't he right? Only I didn't realise how right he was. For some, that would have been paranoia. For me, it took 11 years to find that out. Now, I wasn't with them in 2015 because the app wasn't even ready. There was no accessibility, nothing. There was nothing happening where the app could actually be used. But in 2018, after he died, it was ready and I was able to create an account. And it was excellent. It really was. I got some excellent volunteers. But then when I moved here, where I live now, I then started occasionally getting people who were yelling at me when I was really frantic about something, especially when my darling doggies at the time pissed everywhere and I didn't know what chemical I could use to get it off and what was happening. And most of them were pretty good, but there were some who shouldn't have been on the app in the first place, but there's no training for these people. There's nothing. You just sign up and that's it. I can vouch for it because I knew someone who did. But as I said, now these scumbags have suspended me all because of an issue relating to my house where I'm trying to find out what's going on with my extractor fan because it's never worked. And in fact, I wonder if it's ever had a motor put in at all. But volunteers don't know how to describe exactly where to point the camera. Some of them even tell me, can you turn the torch on at your end when blind people, for fuck's sake, don't even have access to a torch on the app? Only they do. And they say, we don't know how to use it, blah, blah, blah. It's almost like they want me to train them. Sorry, but I'm just the user. And now I can't even access these scumbags because of the accusations against me. And if my account is not reinstated, I'm going as public as I can. And if I had the money, I would take them to court. Now that's risky and also extremely expensive because you're dealing with two different jurisdictions. This country, Australia, where I live, is fucked because not only do we, apparently as a country, not care about those with disabilities in general, but the blind in particular, but we don't want to know, apparently, when there is an issue with another country whose app provides services all over the world, but the founder himself is so abusive and dangerous in his behaviour that I don't know what legal avenue I can go down. And I can't use Be My Eyes to find out because I can't access the app anymore. It says product blocked, and then it gives me some weird error code. And then it says tap to retry. And of course you can't do that. It's all AI now. And Hans Gorgen Weiberg needs to be vetted on what he is doing, and he isn't. I think there's a lot of criminal crap going on here, but how do I prove it when I'm not even getting any response to create a trail? I should never have signed up for the first time in the first place, ever, back in 2018. If I'd known what he was really like, I would never have done so. And to be honest, this man needs to be investigated. He really does. He's got to be investigated because something is seriously wrong when you cannot report a company all because of the different jurisdictions you are in. And it shouldn't be any different.